seem empty and bare. Do you gaze at your doorstep and picture me there? Is your heart filled with pain? Shall I come back again? Tell me, dear, are you lonesome tonight? Are you lonesome tonight, sweetie? Am I lonesome this morning? Not really. I wonder if you're lonesome tonight. Hoka hey, BOOZHOO! And welcome back to the show. Welcome back to BOOZHOO. Hey, Michael. Oh, sorry. What's up? You wanna wake up? We got a show to do here. I'm awake. Gosh Gozi, wake up. Gosh Gozi. To wake up. Go back to sleep. Who needs you? Hey, don't talk like that to Michael. Michael. The rock star cartoonist. Come on. What? You're in a mood. Yeah, I am. Ladies and gentlemen, please say hello to the lovely and talented Natasha. BOOZHOO Gakina Awiya. Hey, yeah, that's our phrase. Wait. Gakina Awiya. Everybody. BOOZHOO Gakina Awiya. Awiya. Awiya wep. Awiya wep. Awiya wep. Awiya wep. In the jungle. Gakina. Gakina is kind of like all. BOOZHOO Gakina Awiya. Hello, everybody. BOOZHOO Gakina Awiya. And over Michael Gushkozi. Yeah, sorry. And Sleepy Joe Biden over here. Michael Lyons. Ikadon BOOZHOO Nietzsche. Say hello. Hey, everyone. Welcome to the show. How come you're so tired? Oh, I was up late last night. Oh, were you really? Yeah, I was working on a coloring book. And I didn't get to bed till really late, so I'm tired. Ni Jonathan Abedug. BOOZHOO ni Jonathan. I say that a lot too, huh? BOOZHOO ni Anishinaabe. Hello, my people. Hello, my fellow Anishinaabe. Hello, my fellow Indians. Yeah. BOOZHOO ni Anishinaabe. Hello, my people. And welcome to BOOZHOO NANABOOZHOO. And BOOZHOO to John Redcorn. Oh, is John here? Yeah, he sure is. Hey, BOOZHOO, Nietzsche. Natasha says hello. And Sequoia Hummingbird's here this morning. Mino Giga Good. Mino Giga Good. Good day. Oh, you said good day, sir. Yeah, that's how like Canadians fight. Yeah, they're always super polite. I said good day. Sorry, I said good day. Oh, that Canadian's really angry. Canadians are too polite to fight. They're like Minnesotans. We got Minnesota nice. That's what they say. And everything's, oh yeah, he's a really good guy. Oh, that'd be nice. If you can't say anything nice, don't say anything at all. That's what I was raised to believe. Really? Yeah. That's why you never hear me say a ill word about anything. I don't know if that's so true. Oh, really? Yeah, you've gotten in trouble for your big mouth before. Yeah, that is true. MJ knows what I'm talking about. BOOZHOO, MJ, Mino Gigajabe. Good morning. Why don't you pull up a chair? We're gonna talk to everybody. Kakina Awiya. Kakina means like all. Every, But every, it comes from Kakina Gegu. Gegu is a thing. If there's nothing, we say Gawin Gegu. Hey, what's up? Gawin Gegu. Nothing. Nindush. Gawin Gegu. Sup? Gawin Gegu. Nothing's up. What's up, Doc? Kakina Gegu. And so this morning, on this very special, very important Ojibwe language and culture class show, children's show, talk show, morning radio programming. I don't know what we call it. Hey, let's do the radio show today. Yeah, for once, let's not wait till the last minute. I got a real problem with deadlines. Yeah. Back in the old days, we used to do a radio show on Friday mornings. We'd record it and then email it in, you know. Now we've been waiting until Sunday afternoon and the clock's ticking. And that's too much stress. I'm balding. I'm losing hair because of it. Nano geesh are good. It is the 5th day, Friday. Nano geesh are good. Got your Bejigo, Nijo, Nisweo, Neo, Nano. 5th day of the week, sweetie. What can you say about the Friday? It's Good Friday. It's good. What makes it so good? I don't know. It's payday. Payday. Finally. Yeah. Hey, congratulations, Michael. Yeah, what? Oh. I wanted to congratulate you on your book sales. Yeah, we got a check this morning. Miigwech to everyone who ordered one of Michael's many books for sale on Amazon.com. We got our monthly payout from the Big Brother Amazon. That's always a good feeling, you know. Yeah, you know, it's cool. It's a childhood dream to be a children's book author and a cartoonist and a rock star cartoonist. And yeah, the books are starting to sell. Yeah. If you'd like to order books by Michael Lyons, he's got a book called Little Cutie, Teddy Bear's Vision Quest. I hear Disney's going to make an animated movie about this. Are they really? No, I just started saying that, so. You know, the law of attraction, you just got to believe it'll happen and something will happen. You don't believe that, do you? Kinda. Little Cutie by Michael Lyons. Remember that? The law of attraction? Yeah, I was really into it for a while. You want to explain what it was? Law of attraction was a religion started by Oprah Winfrey. And it was based on a book, The Secret. And the secret was, all these successful people know the secret. That's the secret. There's a secret club. And the secret is you can use magical thinking to bring success to you. All you got to do is, number one, buy this book called The Secret. That's part of The Secret. Where we interview successful people and say, hey, how'd you do it? And they go, okay, the secret is you got to pretend like you already got the thing you want. You know, pretending. What you believe, you will see. You know when they say, I'll see it when I'll believe it when I see it. Well, the secret is you'll see it when you believe it. And then on and on, all kinds of stupid new agey stuff. But, you know, I read the book and it's kind of believing in it. Desperate to, you know, just, okay, maybe this will work. You know. And the problem is it doesn't really work like that. It's the power of positive thinking. Sure, that's great. You know, if you want to be like it works for like getting yourself out of the rut if you're depressed and that kind of thing. Yeah. You know, I heard once that if you're feeling really down, one exercise you can do. Number one, you have to clean your house, get some exercise, put on a brave, happy dumb face. If you're feeling sad and depressed and grieving and all this, pretend that you're not. You know? I heard somebody say once, maybe you're a little mentally ill. Maybe you're a little messed up. I mean, just you got serious problems. Act as if you're not. Pretend you're like a successful, happy person on their game with stuff to be proud of, that you're attractive, that things are going your way. Pretend, and the world will take your word for it. You show them who you want to be, and they're going to take your word for it. They're going to let you be that person. You know, I'm not really qualified to have a show like this, teaching the language and the culture. I mean, who am I to speak on behalf of the Ojibwe nation, you know, to the 7th generation? Hey, listen, this is what your ancestors meant. You know, this is your history. I'll tell you, me, the guy who knows more about the history of Kiss than he does the Battle of Wounded Knee. Yeah, no kidding, you know. But you start acting as if. And the secret, the law of attraction, is you attract what you believe you deserve, kind of. You know, they sort of exploited this idea that, well, hey, if you want to be rich now, pretend you're already rich and then watch, you can get a, you know, you can become a movie star. Well, take it easy. But you can kind of clean up your act. You can stop inviting in all this crappy stuff, because this is what I learned. What's that? That once you take responsibility for yourself and you realize, okay, like for me, today also kind of marks the 3-year anniversary of when Michael got fired for the last time and when we went pro. Yeah, it does, huh? 3 years ago today, Michael got a clean out your desk and don't come back letter from his last job. And, you know, every ending is another beginning. And so it was the beginning of us doing this show full time. Going pro, you know. Just going, okay, to heck with it. We're going to live or die by this show, you know. And, but the thing is, you know, you get to an age where you look back and you realize, okay, so I've had the same job, same kind of job. It seemed like in our lives, you know, every 3 years, you'd have to look for another job. You either quit a job or we're fired. Or something happens, you know. And you always seem to have the same amount of money. Just enough, but not really enough to feel comfortable in your life. Always not sure, but somehow just barely getting by. You have a job you hate that makes just enough that you can keep surviving to do the job until, you know, you're afraid you're going to lose the job. But then when you do finally lose the job, it's a relief because you hated the job anyway. But now you're screwed because you needed the money. You got yourself in a situation without a job, you know, end of my rope. You know, but then realize, well, you know, I'm not just unlucky. I keep on doing this. I'm the one that makes this happen. If I can make it happen, can I make something else happen? And so some of the philosophies of that law of attraction were kind of true. Like, what am I thinking of? With law of attraction? Yeah. I mean, did you employ the law of attraction? Yeah, I'm embarrassed to say it, but you know, well, one thing it makes you do is write down what you want. Yeah, that's it. That's part of it too, isn't it? Yeah. You know, they say you can't get what you want till you know what you want. Can't get what you want till you know what you want. Yeah. You know, sometimes we have like conflicting things. Oh, but anyway, so the philosophy is that, you know, you draw stuff to you by what you think about all the time. And if you're always thinking about the things you don't want, or if you spend all your time worrying about the focusing on the stuff that sucks, you're going to draw in more of the stuff that sucks. You're going to apply for some reason to yet another job that doesn't quite pay, make it worth your time. Something you don't like, but, you know, keep doing the same thing. You know, surround yourself with the same kind of people. It's like you with surrounding yourself with beautiful young women that you can't date. Yeah, I did that for years. What was up with that? I don't know. It was always be some woman who was like totally, like a friend or somebody way too young or married or something. I go right up to the line and then not ever do anything about it. Yeah. Having tragic, like, not being able to connect with somebody. Forever failing forward, you know. But what, you know, 3 years ago was finally like breaking the cycle of perpetually being in a position, doing something, spending all my time of doing something I don't want to do, trying to avoid some perceived worst thing that could happen. And instead just started, you know, being positive. So today's graduation speech. This is your inspirational graduation speech? Yeah. Read The Secret. It's 90% ridiculous. 10% brilliant. Good luck to the graduates of 2022. I don't know how you did it. You can take off your masks now. It's okay. A bunch of weirdos. Good luck. But quit creating a life for yourself that you don't like and blaming the rest of the world. They say that the wonderful thing that we finally learn about the prisons, thought prisons or whatever, the rut that we find ourselves in, or the prison really, is that we're both the prisoner and the jailer. We're both the prisoner and the jailer? Yep. We have the key to let ourselves out all the time. But we're afraid. Afraid to live that authentic life. Afraid to really go for it. But sometimes when you do, things work out. You're like, hey, you know what? Who cares? Who cares? It's the end of the world. You can't protect yourself from anything. Oh, poor old, speaking of end of the world, that Ray Liotta or whatever. Oh, I know, I love that guy. Yeah, he's dead. Remember Goodfellas? That actor died yesterday. Yeah. Makes you, reminds you of like what a cool movie Goodfellas. Was that what it's called? Goodfellas? Yeah. All my life I wanted to be a good fella. I wanted to be a wise guy. I wanted to be a wise guy. True story, I guess. But everyone's like, what did he die of? Is this one of the many COVID deaths or one of the many vaccination-related problems? I know, but you better not talk about it. I know, I can't mention it on YouTube. But people are dropping like flies, man. It's the end of the world as Cousin Missy knows it. Is Missy here? Yep. Hey, BOOZHOO, cuz! What's going on, my cuz? Just talking about nothing and the law of attraction. And everything. It's everything and it's nothing. Gakina Geku. Everything. Oh, sweetie, you're my everything. You're my Gakina Geku. Ah! Gawin Geku. Nothing. You know. It all comes down to nothing. And then we were also talking about everybody. Gakina Awiya is your body, or Eya, Eyan, kind of sometimes we call it. Awiya. Gakina Awiya. Hey everybody. BOOZHOO Gakina Awiya. BOOZHOO Nij Anishinabe Dug. Hello my people. Hello my people. Hello people. Huh, Paul? Hello, people! I got a question for y'all. Ladies and gentlemen, Paul Stanley. How you doing, Paul? Doing good. What's going on? I don't know. Do you want to take a call? Yeah, sure, I'll take a call. Line 2? Line 2. Hello, caller. Welcome to the BOOZHOO NANABOOZHOO podcast. You're on the air. Hello, NANABOOZHOO. Hey, Kermit. What's going on, brother? Sweetie, it's Kermit. Well, hi, Kermit. Hi, Natasha. How are you? I'm doing great. How are you? Oh, not too good. You know, it's not easy being green. Yeah, that's what I hear, huh? You know, I've always said it's wrong to judge a person by the color of their skin. You know, Martin Luther King, he said we should judge a person by the content of their character and not by the color of their skin. Yeah, exactly. You know, bunch of racists don't accept you because you're green. It's pretty sweet being brown though, huh? Yeah, it comes with perks. Anyway, what's up? Well, I was wondering if I could maybe learn the Ojibwe word of the day. You want to learn the Ojibwe word of the day? Well, sure. Today is Friday. It's the 5th day. Nano Geisha Good. Nano Geisha Good. Geisha Good. That's the 5th day? Yep, that's what we call the 5th day, or Friday. Nano Geisha Good. So what else is going on in your life? Well, you know, still having trouble with the old lady. The old lady? You know, Miss Piggy. You're still with her, huh? Yeah. You know, she doesn't hit me too much if just, you know, as long as I listen. As long as you listen, huh? Yeah. But, you know, I'm getting better. I'm getting better at not talking back. Dude, do you know how much beta, blue pill, you know, red flags you're throwing up right now? No, it's okay. You know, she's making me a better person. Yeah. Is she still hitting you? Well, just when I get out of line. Just when you get out of line. Have you been watching the Johnny Depp trial? Yeah, I mean, it looks like he hasn't had a very good time of it either. No. You remind me of Johnny Depp a little bit. Well, whatever do you mean? Well, you live with this abusive woman, and, you know, you're this big star, but some broad is bringing you down. You gotta stand up for yourself, Kermit. Oh, she doesn't mean anything by it. Yeah. It's not easy being green. What's some other songs you sang? Let's see. Why are there so many songs about rainbows? And what is it rainbows do? Rainbows are visions, sweetly round block. Don't you know the lyrics? I can't remember the lyrics too well. And rainbows have nothing to hide. What are you talking about in that creepy song? Oh, it has a lot to do with being LGBTQ plus 2S. LGBTQ plus 2S? Yeah, you know, that's really important to us here on Sesame Street. Why? Well, I think it's important that we teach children about being gay. There are no gay kids. Oh, that's homophobic. No, it's common sense. Kids aren't gay or straight. The kids. I don't think it's right to talk about stuff like that. No, it's okay. It's a rainbow connection. Why are there so many? Yeah, we know the song. What's another song of here? I was thinking of one this morning. Actually, I liked. Moving right along. No. Moving right along. Footloose and fancy free. Yeah, that's from the movie, huh? Yeah. First Muppet movie is pretty funny, I gotta say. Yeah, remember we were gonna talk about Steve Martin? Oh, yeah. I should find that clip. Anyway, anything else I can do for you, Kermit? No, just wanted to learn a little. Hey, how do you say goodbye in Ojibwe? Well, we don't really say goodbye. We say, I will see you again. Gigawabamin. Minawa. Gigawabamin. Minawa. Yay! Yeah, you too, buddy. Kermit D. Omakaki. Kermit the Frog. Yeah. Dude's, what we used to call whipped. You better not. Miss Piggy. I've gone on record. I don't like that whole relationship. Oh, I've had it. I want to fight Miss Piggy. You want to fight Miss Piggy? Yeah, she's totally abusive to Kermit. I've called her out before. She's never taken me up on it, but... Do you think you could take Miss Piggy? I would waste Miss Piggy. You think you would win in a fight with Miss Piggy? Come on, she knows karate. She's always like throwing Kermit across the stuff. I mean, look at you. How much can you possibly weigh? Well, I'm a dainty little girl, but I would mess her up. Yeah, you probably would. You got like res mean auntie strength. One of these days, it'd be fun to get Miss Piggy on here and just have you two fight. We could probably make that happen. Would you guys like to see Natasha and Miss Piggy fight? I mean, you can just order Kermit and Miss Piggy puppets. I don't know. Anyway, what's going on with you guys today? Are you enjoying the current events? The entertainment for the masses? We got, what's his face? Johnny Depp. Got Edward Scissorhands. How long is that court? I can't sit through it. I know, me either. Have you guys tried? I'm sure nobody here has even watched it. BOOZHOO crew, they don't watch trash TV. But if you remember, Tonto is in court right now. He's suing Aquawoman or whoever. She's suing the princess of Aquaman land. Where do they live? Do they live in what's that place called? Yeah, the One Underwater Kingdom. I've never seen those movies and it's stupid. Nobody cares about Aquaman. But anyway. She pooped in his bed and punched herself in the face and blamed him or something. And so he's suing her for lying about him and pooping in the bed. I don't know. Apparently this is something that takes weeks. You know why it takes such a long court case, sweetie? Why? Because Johnny Depp cannot talk anymore. It's insane. Nobody can watch a trial because they'll ask him a simple question. And it takes him an hour and a half to respond. You know, it's like, Mr. Johnny Depp, would you like a cup of coffee? I would. like to... It is like that. It is this bad. Until you forget what the question was. And you go, what's he? And he's still answering because his mind is fried. The guy is functionally R-word. Yeah. You know. He's a mental R-word. Poor Johnny Depp. Poor Tonto. You know, like Captain Jack Sparrow would seem way more fluent and with it than the real life Johnny Depp. But anyway, so Tonto goes to court, and this has been taking 5 weeks because they can't get through a simple question, you know. And it's just a telltale sign, you know, the oldest story in the book where, you know, aging movie star, you know, takes, you know, I'm not sure how far I want to go with this. But we all get to watch this, you know, train wreck. The same old story. Well, you know, you can get everything in the world. You know, what has a man who inherits everything in the world but gives up his soul? You know, Johnny Depp sold his soul to the devil for fame and riches. And here he is. Where, you know, he gave his third ex-wife $7 million just off the bat just to leave him alone. And, you know, now it's just a sad end to a stupid story. Yeah. You should have stayed with Winona. No kidding. You should have stayed with Winona Ryder. I mean, there was a time he was really in love with Winona Ryder. He tattooed on his arm, Winona Forever. And like a month later, they broke up. You know? Winona Ryder, dummy. But, you know, nope. Got to trade in these ladies for the newer model. Oh no, here's the new. This is this season's Winona Ryder. Her name is Amber Heard. Oh, okay. I'll leave the mother of my children for this movie star. Come on, let's get on my yacht. I'm going to break my children's mother's heart. I can't see this possibly blowing up in my face. Yeah, there was a lot of bad karma. Yeah, Johnny Depp's been asking for some karma to come his way for a long time. Haven't you, Tonto? Haven't you, Anishinaabe clown posse? You know? Yeah. I think the Crow movie is what you thought you were going to be in. Was that the problem? Did Johnny Depp, when he agreed to be in The Lone Ranger and Tonto, did he actually think it was The Crow Part 2? That's what it looks like. You know? Did he not know the premise of The Lone Ranger and Tonto? They're like, hey, Johnny Depp, would you like to be in a movie The Lone Ranger and Tonto? And he's all, yep, sure, I'll do that. Lone Ranger Tonto. That's the one about the guy with the white makeup. Didn't Ang Lee or Justin Lee or what? Bruce Lee's kid. Yeah, I'll be in that. I just wear black and Crow. Yeah, I got it. They're like, no, it's an old Western. Goes, no, I know. Don't. I'm Johnny Depp. You think I don't understand movies? And he puts on his Crow costume, shows up on the set of Lone Ranger and Tonto. You just know, like the rest of the cast were constantly laughing behind his back. You know. God help the like every once in a while a celebrity shows up at the powwow. You know. You'll see Adam Beach or something. And as soon as they're gone, everyone's cracking wise, making jokes about them. Oh, here he comes. This is why we don't have any celebrity heroes in Indian country, because Indians won't allow it. We tease them into not being famous anymore. Sunny day. You know what song I really love? Golden Years. Golden Years. When you and Michael do Golden Years by David Bowie. You like that? Yeah. Do you want to do Golden Years, or should I play the Home video? You know, Home would probably have more relevance to an Ojibwe show. All right. Here's a song made famous by the rockstar cartoonist. This song has been played on the radio. It's been on TV. It's been on YouTube. How many different platforms? I've played it live. You've played it live. And it was almost in a documentary. I really wish you had done that. I know, me too. A number of years ago, there was a program called White Bison, something or other. Anyway, a guy was making a documentary on the boarding school survivors, and he met Michael. And he goes, "Yeah, I'm part of a company that's going all over the country interviewing boarding school survivors and elders. We're going to do a documentary. And we would like you, Mr. Lyons, rockstar cartoonist. Absolutely nobody, never had a record contract, never whatever. We would like to use your song Home for this documentary of ours." And he couldn't quite be bothered to... how many times did he try to get a copy from you? Like 3 times. And why didn't you send one? I didn't like any of the recordings I had. Wow. So anyway, so Michael blows him off. A couple years goes by, and then the documentary comes out. And it's just the greatest documentary I've ever seen. And your song would have been a hit. But instead, we'll play it for you now. Little guys, any little kids watching right now? And I don't know why you are. Oh, this is kind of fun though. Old Romy pulls up next to Michael yesterday. He's out walking around. She's like, "Hey, my kid watches your show." Yeah, I know, I love that. And so Michael has an old friend who has a kid and who watches our show. And he goes, "Hey, how come you've got that show on your Facebook?" And Romel Ogama, Romy goes, "Oh yeah, he's an old friend of mine." And the kid was all like, "No, he's not." I was like, that would be a silly thing for a mom to lie about. "Hey, I'm friends with NanaBOOZHOO." Yeah. I also know Grover. Grover and I go way back. Ernie and Bert. But anyway, so here's a song. Any little guys who are watching, if you ever wonder why we don't know more Ojibwe. You see, back in the days of the grandfathers, they had these things called boarding schools, residential schools, is what they called them in Canada. All the kids had to go to the boarding school, all the Indian kids. And when they were there, they weren't allowed to speak Ojibwe at all. They could only speak English, even if they didn't know it. And so our grandparents and our grandparents' parents and our grandparents' grandparents, from the early 1800s to the mid-1900s, it was the boarding school era. There was a few generations of Indian people who weren't allowed to speak their native language. And so we forgot our language. And Michael's, both of his grandparents went to one of these boarding schools. This one was called Flandreau. the Flandreau Indian boarding school in Flandreau, South Dakota. And this is a song about his grandpa running away. Oh, wait, let me grab the guitar. If I can pull it up. The song is for my grandfather, Aubrey Lyons, who went to the Flandreau Indian boarding school. I was born in 1913 in the storm of 1913. But then at boarding school, I was nobody's fool. Down at Flandreau, I grew madder every day. That's why I had to run away. 'Cause this is no way to live. I wanna go home. I wanna go home. I wanna go home. But on a fateful day, me and my brother Ray, we planned our getaway. If we can make it to them tracks, we won't be coming back. We're gonna hop a train. I thought we got away, but then the cops came and took us back to a leather strap. But I wanna go home. I wanna go home. I wanna go home. I wanna go. I remember it still. I saw a whippoorwill out on my windowsill. How could I sit still? So I got right up and I walked right out. The teacher said to me, "Where do you think you're going?" Boy, I said, "I'm going home. I wanna go home. I wanna go home. Niwaki way, Niwaki way, Niwaki way, Niwaki way." Bonjour. Oh, Mika, what is he? Aguachin. Beautiful outside. I like coming out here first thing in the morning. Say a little prayer. Asema. Getchimanadu. Taka Otapana Niwi Asema. Great Spirit, please accept my tobacco. Nusina Wakwing Abian. Ape Kitch. Ape Gish. Kitchy Twawandaming. Get a news Owen. Ape Gish. Bidog Wishanugo. Maguk. Gidu Gi Mawiwin. And Enderman. Ape Gish. Ishiwe Buck. Dibishko Wakwing Miko. Gaye a king. Miko Gaye Ishpaming. Mishishanung. Nungo Agija Guk. Nimbakweji Gunimana. Minik Euyang. Bunigade Ta Wishanung. Gaye. Gaiji Nishkahi Nangi. Gago Gaye Ishi Wishi Ishi Kange. Gashway, deep in and gay winning. Dash in it in a ma, wishing nangang. Maya na duck. Ape inge. Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread. Forgive us our trespasses, and keep us from what is evil. Amen. It's been a long time since I've told any Bible stories. I think yesterday, NanaBOOZHOO was telling the story of Rudolph and how Santa Claus is actually Satan. But, whatever. But early on, I was looking through some videos yesterday, and we told some Bible stories like the Adam and Eve story, Noah. I think NanaBOOZHOO even tried to tell the Sodom and Gomorrah story. It was hilarious. But I don't know. Get you, Monadu. Great Spirit. Are you there? Anyway, if you're not familiar with that prayer, that's what they call the Lord's Prayer. And back in the days of the Bible grandfathers, there was a man called Jesus. They also called him Yeshua or Emmanuel or a lot of things. It's weird that we don't really know his name. But he was traveling around and he had these 12 apostles. I don't know why they just didn't call him 12 friends. But he had a posse of 12. And they were going town to town, getting famous and spreading the good news of his Father's kingdom. And he never said, Hi, I'm God's son, and if you believe in me, I will die and be resurrected, but my blood will, wash your sins away. Now I will ascend into heaven. My people, my Anishinaabe, my Christian people I'm growing up, they really can't get over that one little part of the Jesus story. That he died, but came back to life, so proof he was magical. It's like, didn't you take his word for it? He said he was God's son. I don't think it gets that unbelievable if he's actually God's son. I've watched Wolverine heal. Why can't Jesus, Anyway. But then that we're all forgiven because he died. I was like, what? Whatever. But Jesus talked about us so much more. But things like, love your neighbor. Give to the poor. What you do for the least of everyone, you do for me. Be good. Quit being bad. Don't sin. Go and sin no more. And I'm going away to my Father's kingdom in heaven. And I prepare a place for you. I wish Christian people would talk about that stuff more. I like being reminded of that kind of stuff. Yeah, no, it's not okay to be a sinner. Quit your sinning. Oh, what is a sin? I only go to strip clubs. But the Lord's Prayer was, he's been teaching, the multitudes. And his buddies come up and go, excuse me, teacher. Yo, Jesus. You keep telling us to pray to our Father who art in heaven. But we don't know how to pray. And he goes, listen. Maybe I should start from the beginning again. You're not the brightest lot of 12 disciples I've ever had the misfortune of recruiting. But if you don't know how to pray, this is how you pray. And he taught them the Lord's Prayer. He says, my Father knows what's in your heart, knows what you need. So just say, Nusana, Wak Wing, Abion. Our Father who art in heaven. And, repeat after me if you have to. It's going to be all right. But then he went on and taught a whole bunch of other really amazing stuff that, in a way, is almost common sense if you're tuned in. The Sermon on the Mount, he says, blessed are you. You put up with these bad things now. Things are going to be better later. Don't worry. You will be comforted. Blessed are you guys who thirst for righteousness. Just amazing stuff that he was telling humanity. This, the Son of God. I've heard it said, I thought it was really pretty poignant. This guy goes, now I'm not saying I would ever want to start a blood cult. Some sort of creepy death cult. But there's so much about the Jesus story that people focus on. His blood will wash away your sins. Easy. How about you just quit sinning and leave the Halloween imagery to what that's about? I don't know. There's I smell something fishy when it comes to the whole, Trinity And I don't, maybe it's just a Baptist thing. But the churchium types, the Christians, they can't stop talking about John 3:16. It's the only verse any Christian knows. Oh, John 3:16. So God so loved the world, he gave his only begotten Son, that whosoever believe in him will not perish and have everlasting life. It's like everybody goes, okay, wait, what do I have to say? Oh, you have to believe in him. Okay, got it. I believe in him. Do you even know what it means to believe? What do they mean by believe in him? Believe it happened? Yeah, okay. I think everyone believes Jesus walked the earth, and it looks like he had healed a bunch of people and taught and walked on water and stuff. There's documented Jesus stuff. Yes, but do you believe he died and was resurrected? I don't know. Is there any reason why I can't trust the Bible? Oh, tons of reasons why you might second guess the Bible. But, okay. I just have to believe it happened, or do I have to believe in his message and live that way? What do you mean? Why do the Catholics say there's going to be a human being up in heaven named St. Peter who gets to decide if I go to hell because I just couldn't quite suspend my disbelief enough? You know, that's what it requires, not to be sent to hell. I mean, come on. Anyway, who am I talking to? You guys, or the creator, or to myself? I think I'm talking to myself. And this is the story of the Sermon on the Mount. But this is also why we could never really make this show like a Bible show. Because I question the Bible still. Not like I did when I was in college. Oh, that's a bunch of nonsense. Science has proven that, But just the very nature of Jesus, Okay. Really, can we? There's no dispute that Jesus, a son of Mary, who was born in Bethlehem, is that documented a place where we can trust? I mean, could I prove where I was born? Can you trust the documentation of my existence? I don't know. As I walk along, I wonder what Nanaboozhoo's doing back home. I think I'll give him a call. Bloop. Okay, Boozhoo. Hey, sweetie. Hey, you ready to come home? Yeah, I guess so. I'm all done praying. All right. Hang on, I'm going to scan for your coordinates. All right. All right, I'm locking in. Okay. 1 to teleport. Make it so, number 1. No. Hey, baby doll. Well, hi. What's going on? Not much. What'd you talk about? Nothing. Sermon on the Mount. Questioning Jesus. You got deep out there. Yeah, kind of. Sometimes I get like that when I pray. I'm suddenly like, I want to talk about Bible stuff. But whatever. Whatever. So what are we going to do today? On this Friday? Yeah. I have a short to-do list. Do you think we'll do it? Yep. Like what? I'm going to go on a walk. Yeah. Got to get some cash. Okay. Got to clean the bathroom floor. I'll clean the bathroom floor. You going to clean the floor? Yep. Thank you. I'm traditional that way. Actually, we should wait till tomorrow. Tomorrow's floor washing day. That would be an excuse to wait till tomorrow. Maybe we could do a show where we just wash the floors and film it. Yeah, that'd be a great show. Hello, children. Today, this is our urine-dried, disgusting bathroom floor. And our word today is gazibby geese, again gay, geese are good. Floor washing day. You mock, but I think that'd be a great show. It might be a great show, I don't know. And what do you got to say for yourself, Mac? Not much. Should I play Golden Years? Yeah. This is a song that Michael Lyons and I recorded. It's an old David Bowie song called Golden Years. And we're going to send out... Let's send them out with a hit from... It's like this. Remember this one? Well, that's all the time we have for today. We're going to send you out... What is that? There's no words there. Find out. Send us out. Play the show. End the show. Is that what that means? No. Fine. I'll write it. We'll do it live and I'll write it. Darn thing sucks. What was that guy's name? That was O'Reilly, the O'Reilly Factor. Yeah, he just freaks out. That was the greatest thing. Anyway, miigwech bizendawieg. Thank you for listening. Da shmiigwech ganawabieg. Thank you for watching BOOZHOO NANABOOZHOO. This is Golden Years. Don't let me hear you say life's taking you nowhere. Angel, come up the baby. Look at that sky, now life's begun. Nights are warm and the days are young. Come up the baby. Where's my baby? Lost that soul. Once I'm begging you, save her little self. Come up the baby. Run for the shadows. Run for the shadows. Run for the shadows in these golden years. Last night they loved you, opening doors and pulling some strings. Angel, come up the baby. In walked luck and you looked in time. Never looked back, walk tall, act fine. Come up the baby. Stick with your baby for 1,000 years. Nothing's gonna touch you in these golden years. Golden years. Gold. Wop, wop, wop. Gold. One day soon and it won't be long. Gonna drive right down where you once belonged. In the back of a dream car 20 foot long. Don't cry my sweet, don't break my heart. Doing life you've gotta get smart. Wish upon day upon day. I believe, oh Lord, I believe all the way. Run for the shadows. Run for the shadows. Run for the shadows in these golden years. I'll stick with you, baby, for 1,000 years. Nothing's gonna touch you in these golden years. Gold, golden years. Gold, wop, wop, wop. Gold, golden years. Wop, wop, wop. Oh, wop, wop, wop. Gold. Wop, wop, wop. Run for the shadows. Run for the shadows. Run for the shadows in these golden years. Oh. Ladies and gentlemen, Michael
NanaBOOZHOO. I am Natasha, and this is this is the end of the show. Gigawabamin Minawa. Oh, that was awesome, dude. Hey, thanks.